Bruce Grayson and James Mackinnon are two of the Emmy-nominated makeup artists who helped bring Mariah Carey's magical Christmas special to life on Apple TV Plus. Between the two of them, they've racked up nearly 20 Emmy nominations. I'm Denton Davidson for Gold Derby. Guys, congratulations. And Bruce, I'm just going to start with you. What excited you the most about this project? And did you have any relationship with Mariah before coming on as the head of the makeup department?
Well, I'd worked around Mariah, never on this close a basis, but yes, I'd worked with Mariah on several different shows. I'd run the makeup department, the Grammys, and so I've seen her, been around her, worked with her team. But this is as close as we got. And what was exciting about this was that we were in COVID and we were rolling into the Christmas season. So when Nick Flores and RJ Durrell came to me and Amish Hamilton and asked if we could, if we could pull something like this off during the deep COVID months in 2020, I thought, well, this would be cool, not only because it would be an accomplishment to be able to get the industry up and running, but also to create a TV special with Mariah Carey. She owns Christmas, and bring a little light and happiness into the world would be a good thing.
And James, how about you? How did you get pulled in as one of the key makeup artists for this?
Bruce pulls me in on every show, which I'm excited about. It's a great opportunity every time. I think the collaboration between all of us and all the departments, Mariah Carey's makeup artist, everybody, it just in that moment of COVID, being able to pull this off, being able to have safety throughout, still being able to shoot the show in 110% as they did, is kudos to Mr. Grayson as well.
And I think she really wanted to bring some joy at the end of 2020. I mean, that was really what brought the special on. Was there a particular look for each of you that was a favorite that you had from this special?
Well, Christopher,
I'm gonna chime in first because I don't want to say that I got out of my Christmas onesies before this interview, which actually I did. Not. I enjoy the Christmas. So Bruce had while Bruce was taking care of other stuff, I got a chance to do the Santa Claus in the show. So that's a cool thing for me. Big fan of the Christmas.
Yeah, I think that. There was a lot of different looks. We really wanted to make it, my favorite Christmas looks are when you sort of walk into a gathering and you see those simple makeups, and they really, it's basically one element and maybe some rosy cheeks to represent the cold winter season, and a little bit of a liner that pops. So for us, it was really about the simplicity. And so the storyboards that we created were all, maybe one focus point, two focus points. The lips, women love to wear bright colored lipsticks during the Christmas season. And then for Mariah, Christopher Buckle, who is an outstanding makeup artist, handled her. And she had like 4 different changes, significant changes. But the ones that are, she has a very, very pat look, which we all know. And then, but he really changed it up into this winter wonderland white background look that where he did cool colors and silvers and really made it happen with a sort of a more muted lipstick. That was my favorite because it took her out of her normal element of warm colors and stuff like, stuff that we've seen her before. And like I said, she was very hands-on. She was hands-on with James with the Santa Claus. She actually we probably sent up to her maybe 4 or 5 different Santa Claus looks before she accepted it. She, in every element, her and Roman Coppola were both very much needed to be walked through everything.
Was there a particular memory that you have of something she said, no, not on my Santa Claus? I'm curious what her Santa Claus vision was like.
Well, there is several different. There's the Coke Santa Claus. There's the classic Santa Claus. There's the old Santa Claus, which not many people do. So it all depends. There's a little, and I think we did a little bit of each of them it could be eyebrows, no eyebrows, wig, no wig. Is the wig underneath the hat? Is the beard long? Is it fluffy? Is it, and then there's aspects as a makeup artist, is it lace? Is it hand laid? So, or is it both put together? So just that combination of, and then what is a costume as well? I mean, Bruce did such a great job with collaborating with the costume department, with Mariah Carey's makeup artist, Christopher, just to give a cohesive look throughout the show as well. So everybody wasn't just doing their own little thing. Everybody was doing everything together.
And when you're doing a special like this, what is the process? I mean, in terms of like the time, and how do you come up with a look? And then how much time do you have to work on all these members of the cast? Because there's a lot of moving parts.
So many moving parts. James and I started probably, I got the first phone call in August, and we jumped right into it because we realized it could catch up to us really quick. So we started sending storyboards up with looks, and so that the choreographer producers, in this case Nick Flores and RJ Durrell, could take it. They had the communication line too at that point to Mariah. And so then we had to start sourcing product because of COVID. We couldn't cross-contaminate any makeup. So we really got, Maybelline was very, very nice and being our sponsor. And we start ordering, and a couple other product lines that were really, really great in giving us product. And we actually had, 39 to 42 different members of the cast when it comes to dancers. I think 46 with all the extra performers. So we create individual kits, and we were really at the Los Angeles Convention Center, and they gave us this whole portion where we had to stretch out with each of the artists with vanity tables with their own kits, and we walked around to them. So, wash our hands between them with masks and everything. You got to remember, this was at the beginning. Nobody knew what the virus could do and what we couldn't do. And we had just signed the contract between the producers and the IA to allow us to go out. So we were like the canaries in the coal mine. We really had to get this right, or else it would all, they would say, whoa, you guys in makeup or promise us this, and we got that, So it was a big job going out in front. I think we spent 2 weeks just getting those kits together, and kudos to us for thinking about it, because somebody sends in a casting photograph, for instance, and they look one shade in it, and in Photoshop they might have changed that, and they come and they go, "Ooh, that foundation, that's not going to be your foundation." So we had colors to mix, and there's all sorts of stuff that you don't think of. And then the same thing on James's side with Santa and some of the townspeople. He had things to do, and but I really, really am proud of this team. We got it together. We had never been in this kind of situation before, and we pulled it off.
Yeah. I think it's, as well as all of our past jobs bring us to what we did on this show as well, with Bruce, with all of his live shows. Me, I'm a little bit of a prosthetic guy besides my beauty. So bringing all these teams together, some of the other artists, Angela and Julie, work on Dancing with the Stars. So live, how to do it quick, how to do it fast, how to do it beautiful is kind of in our blood.
By the way, I should give credit, James Carey does a hell of a J eyeliner.
Yeah.
And what's your collaboration with the hair department and costumes? Because everything has to go together cohesively. So what's that process like?
Well, I'm working, constantly communicating with the hair department, because we want to see where most of the stuff that on that show is wigs. So we want to see where the wig breaks and how much skin is going to be exposed, and same with wardrobe. And it's changing all the time. And they're literally everything's going up as they're making it to Mariah, and they're coming back with changes. And if that change means that there's going to be more arms shown and skin shown, we've got to deal with all that. We even though it might be, or legs shown, we want to make sure that all that skin looks really beautiful against a Christmas backdrop. So we're in constant communication. We do a lot of stuff on Dropbox, and we see before we even get there. That way we can be on the same page and have all the things. I mean, we all carry, no matter what, all the things that you normally would need in the situation as a makeup artist. But because of COVID, we couldn't cross-contaminate, so we'd have to have individual things and decant them and put them into little canisters so that we could use highlighters on the skin to make their forearm shine, stuff like that, you know.
A lot of the kids nowadays have the tattoos. So we can't, not that I have
knuckles. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta be ready for that as well as if wardrobe changes, somebody has a tattoo that's not approved, and obviously a Christmas special, you don't want a tatted up sleeve on somebody. So you got to be able to be prepared to cover up those kind of things, and it happens quite a bit.
Yeah, and most of these this particular, we got some of the greatest dancers that were available, normally not available because they're out on the road with big acts, were available. So they come from all over the country, and we wanted to get the best looks out of them. But yes, they're also from urban places where, they might run in and get a tattoo and not think, this is my career as a dancer, and I shouldn't have a big tattoo of a dragon.
Yeah.
And this is the only special that's recognized in this category. The four competitors you're up against, Dancing with the Stars, Legendary, RuPaul's Drag Race, and Saturday Night Live, are all series. So they have multiple looks throughout the season. So how special is that to, I guess, be recognized for this one piece of art?
Yeah, I think those other shows do a little. We did a full contemporary makeup show. I think those other shows are mixing a little bit of character makeup into their field. So I'm proud that out of, I think, 80 some odd submissions, to get dropped down to 5 and have it such beauty oriented instead of having a character-y type looks into it as well. I'm pretty proud of that.
I am too. I think that we were truly the contemporary. We're a solid contemporary from the beginning of the show to the end of the show nomination. So I think that's what makes us stand out amongst all these, legendary. Even though they had a huge element of character, and same with Saturday Night Live. It's based in character. And Dancing with the Stars, I think, would be the closest to us. And but that's a specific genre, that dancing makeup that was, ballroom dancing is a very specific idea, and they elaborate upon that, and they've had 29 seasons to do it. So I feel like we really are lucky to be and have been nominated in this category.
And we don't get to speak with makeup artists a whole lot, so I'm curious to ask both of you maybe a quick summary if possible. But there's so many people out there who love doing makeup, but it's something else to master it and really build a career out of it. Can you just give me an idea of how you ended up in show business, of all things?
Well, my father was a makeup artist, so I'm a second generation makeup artist, and my dad was a lifer and put in 40 some odd years. And I picked up the brush at a very young age. I didn't know if I wanted to do makeup. I was also playing music. And I kept on getting one more incredible offer after another. And I realized that this is, you don't turn down, when somebody's pulling you by the hair, you don't say no to that. So I was all in after that. And it's something that I love to do. I feel very, very comfortable around celebrities. I always have. And my father worked for John Wayne and Lauren Bacall. And so I was, I'd go around the house, hey, there's Kirk Douglas, or, there's, so it was just, that was normal. I would go to Max Factor's store here on Highland and Hollywood Boulevard. My dad would do makeup tests on the weekend. And I was just like a kid in a toy store. So it came very, very natural. And I would never, ever, it's the best career, bar none. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is the complete opposite, but both ways of getting in that, in Bruce's way and my way. I lived in a trailer park in Colorado and wanted to do monsters and stuff. So I walked into Friday the 13th in 1980, and Jason was getting his head cut off. And I said, that's what I want to do for a living. So I packed up my little Toyota MR2 and moved to California without knowing anybody or having any money. So going to makeup school, I ended up excelling more at beauty than prosthetics. But then my career, knowing both of those, has blossomed into so many routes, as I can be a makeup artist on Mariah Carey, I can do a horror film, or I can do both. Like currently I'm on Star Trek Picard. So running the makeup department and the prosthetic department just opens so many more venues. But the movie business it is a grind. It's not as glamorous as everybody thinks, but it is an amazing career if that's what you want to do. You know, influencers and stuff like that on Instagram, that is a great route, selling products on Instagram and stuff. But if you want to be on set doing celebrities, not doing your own makeup, that is a different route. But it is something that you have to be very, very passionate about to make that as your career. As you can see, it's worked out well for me.
I was going to say, we can see that your collection of Emmys back there from Star Trek Picard, American Horror Story. Oh, yeah. You've got a collection.
Yeah. And those are benefits to what we do for a living. They're not something that you should strive for them, but it shouldn't be. The art is what we strive for. Those are just our little cherries on the top of the cake. But yeah, no, the hours suck, and it's nothing great about it, but it's a great. I paint faces for a living. I can't complain.
Yeah, no, I think that he's correct that there's so many aspects of makeup is such a ubiquitous industry now, and there's people that that don't realize how hard it is, how competitive it is, and the hours do suck sometimes, and a lot of the time, and you have to give it your all. You can't, even as a son of a makeup artist, there were so many hurdles to get by. I was given some great breaks, but there was some lulls and everybody, it's akin to being an actor. You have these uphills and these valleys. These uphills, you're on top of the world, and then all of a sudden your phone doesn't ring for 5 or 6 months, and you go, oh, okay, this is, I gotta struggle and figure out a way to get employed, so
I think even as well as I think me and Bruce have been doing the same time. I've been doing 32 years. I'm still just as unemployed as a beginning makeup artist. I still have to hustle for the next job. Yes, it might come a little bit easier, but I'm just out of work every 5 months as everybody else. I still have to call my producers and call friends and actors and say, what do you have next? It's not that there's not a 32-year show that you're going to always be on.
And the other thing is that you have to rely, like James, I'll give James a ring. I'll say, listen, I'm free, or James will give me a ring as free. As you really have to network. So you have, I think I always call it the triangle. You have to have your own clients, and you have to think about outside the box of way of making makeup. And then you have to have friends that'll hire you and producers that'll hire you. So it is sort of the triangle, and you always have to remind yourself to check in with each of the parts of the triangle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Bruce and James, thanks so much for the insight on your careers and the Mariah Carey Christmas special. We're wishing you the best of luck at the upcoming Emmys. I'm going to ask our viewers to head over to goldderby.com and hop on the Gold Derby app, make your Emmy predictions, beat the experts, and you can also check out more interviews with top awards contenders. Bruce and James, good luck.
I love it.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
All right.
Talk to us.
Thanks for your time.